Hey, it's been a while.
It's been a while,
Been a
and
while.
we're missing.
We're missing Tim,
Sometimes Hannah,
sometimes Hannah.
but
But yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. It's been quite a while since we filmed something.
it's been quite a
it's-
while. Family and friends miss us on this podcast.
Yeah, like we've been having people like, "Where's the podcast,
No,
guys?"
Family and friends.
Yeah,
Like I said.
Where's the podcast, guys?
Yeah.
Where are you guys?
So we're
So
making this for a lot of. It's almost like a journal throughout our life.
yeah.
On when I'm 20 years old. What was I thinking when I was 20 years old? You know, when I'm 35, I can look back at this,
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Man, this is what I really thought of life or whatever we talk about."
Yeah,
When I
this
was
is
20, you know?
we're freezing a moment in time.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get that?
I just thought that now.
That's good. All right. Well, so,
Freezing a moment in time in a 20-minute, 30-minute span. But today's topic, we're gonna be talking about how's our goals going in 2022.
2022
In
goals.
episode 4 of the podcast, we talked about what are our goals in 2022.
2022. Oh, that was the last one, huh?
No, that was second to last one. We made 5 episodes last year.
Well,
And
oh, because
yeah.
Josh came on.
yeah, Josh, and that's when we talked about like advice we give a 20-year-old and stuff.
Yeah.
So this one is a follow-up to episode 4.
Mhm.
How's our goals going in 2022? So
Okay. So,
yeah,
goals.
so I guess we would start off with what were our goals in
So
2022.
yeah, my goals. I really only had one. It was to add another 0 to my salary, and I was already at five figures about. I would say last year.
Right,
and I
Turo,
want-
that's why, right?
Yeah, so Turo, hey, y'all should Turo. I'm just saying. I'm just letting out that one secret today. But I wanted to hit 6 figures this year. What were yours?
I have many goals this year, but the one I mentioned in that video was to have 5 rental properties by the end of 2022. Yeah, so I set very high bars for myself, and it's it didn't exactly go how I planned, but I do have one rental property. All right, I have one property under my belt already, so yeah, it definitely wasn't easy to get this, and it's still in the process, so it's definitely something I'm still working on, but yeah.
So mine's of hitting another 0. I'm not saying I can't. There's still about 5 months left in this year. I haven't really come close to it. I can't lie to you, but I think making those goals for ourselves taught us more than achieving the goal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what was something that you learned?
I don't know, because instead of me making all that money, more opportunity showed itself, if that makes sense. Because my goal for this year was just straight money. And is money really that important? It is important, but I think the things that I learned throughout this year is much more valuable than me making 100,000 at 20. Because to be honest, I'm 20 years old. Imagine if you gave me $100,000 straight up. That's not good.
Yeah.
That would not be a good thing. But I think this year I got to learn, because when I made that goal, I didn't know anything about money. I didn't know much. I didn't know how to really save. I just racked in my credit card. I didn't care about my credit score. I would just spend money. I would spend a lot of money that I didn't have. So there's a lot of things I had to learn. So I think it's good that I didn't hit 100. My goals weren't met. I think I'm working my way up I'm learning about money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that thing where it's like if you can't manage $100, what makes you think you can manage $1,000? And then every tier up beyond that, right? So you have to learn how to manage the money you have now before you can even manage the 6 figures. Yeah. I think for me, I gotta say real estate. Like the whole real estate thing. It isn't as clear cut and easy as you might think it is.
As we learned.
As we learn, because I know it's difficult. Like they never say it's easy. Yeah. But when you're actually in the weeds and you're actually doing it, it's not that easy. Like when I first moved into my new house, I thought it was okay. But then, being a brand new homeowner, I just didn't know a lot of these things, and there's several things I had to change out, and the fridge wasn't working, stopped working at some point, so I need to get a new fridge. But then, like, the house I have is a duplex, and the unit is upstairs, and we had to find the right fridge. You know how hard it is.
Oh, like measurements and
Yeah,
stuff?
measurements wise, like we couldn't just get any fridge we
And
wanted.
that makes sense. If you think about it, every fridge do be like kind of perfect, and that's a little slot. You gotta
Right?
fix it.
There's always like the perfect fridge, so you have to make sure the fridge fits perfectly. And what's even worse is that, like, so not only have to find a fridge that fit the slot it was in, we had to find a fridge that fit up the stairs, because the stairs were even narrow. So, and what's crazy, when we got the brand new fridge, the guys carried it up the stairs. No problem. It was easy for them. They're strong guys. But then getting the old fridge out, they couldn't get the old fridge out because it was too wide.
How did they get it in?
I don't know.
I mean,
That's a mystery to this day.
that's kind of like when you're moving out, you be looking at stuff like, how do we get that in?
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Like, for example, we're right next to a bed right here. Look at this bed.
Yeah.
How did you get this in here? Well, obviously you built it, but it's an example. You look at
Yeah.
the bed, you're like, nah, it's bigger
That's-
than the door.
Yeah, it's not going to fit through that door
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
So, yeah. With that, guess what we did with that fridge,
What
though?
happened?
They couldn't fit it through the stairs, so they just threw it off the edge.
Did it damage any of
The parts?
like the land, the plot of land? Like,
Oh, no, it didn't. Yeah. They're going to throw away the fridge anyway, too. So they're
That
just
must
like,
have
yeah,
been
it's
fun-
okay.
It
We're
must
just
have
going
been
to...
fun to watch.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it. It was loud.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess going back to it, there's just a lot of things that you just don't realize that you need, and it's expensive. I gotta say, it's expensive. But
The
what
house is expensive.
but what does make me feel better about it is that I will recoup my investment at some point, renting it out, and it'll give me that passive income that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I learned this year was, so my goal from making six figures was to it was from NFTs.
Oh,
So that's why
really?
that was my big thing on why I knew I could make 100,000. But here's the thing was, I think I could have. I really think I could have. But the only reason I didn't is because I didn't do my due diligence, and I went off what I was playing off emotions in there. And when I lost all that money, then I wanted to go back into UX web design. I had to get a job. Couldn't get one because all that time I was doing NFTs, I wasn't working on work for my portfolio. And it was harder for web design because it was COVID. Everybody was doing remote jobs. Everybody was learning new stuff. So the UX design job market got really washed out. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I have not worked on a project ever since I was in school. I haven't been working on nothing new, and I think it's because I just don't enjoy it. That's one thing I learned, that I really just don't enjoy UX at all. But I also did learn something, that the only reason I'm in this spot in my life is because of me. It's nobody else. It's me, because I didn't do the work. I didn't do the due diligence for researching the things I was buying. And the reason was nobody else's but me. Yeah, so I guess that's why rich people, I believe that they're in their position because of them. It wasn't because they're daddies and money. Like, for example, like Kylie Jenner, the first billionaire. I mean, yeah.
Not billionaire.
Huh?
First
First female billionaire.
Yeah.
It wasn't because her family was like multimillionaires. Do you know how much money is $1 billion? That's a lot of money. I believe she was there because of her.
Yeah, the work she put in.
She put in the work. Yeah. I mean, I think her sister isn't even a billionaire. Her sister's like 20 years older than her. So that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one of the main things.
Yeah,
I
it's
learned
a-
was
it's
you
a-
gotta put the work in, and currently that's what I'm doing. Putting the work in again. I'm starting from step 1, and I'm trying to go through the path that I should have started at, but I wouldn't be here if I didn't go through what I did. If I went to college, I would just be, I don't know, partying and waiting for my 2-3 more years of school and then look for a job. At least I got to go through this at 20 years old instead of 25 or 27, you know? So,
Yeah.
so I think my year 20 in life is going to be, this one was a good learning experience.
Yeah, it's like a learning year.
Yeah.
You learned a lot.
Yeah. And I did learn that I was really putting myself down for not making as much money this year. But I was like, dude, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to.
I'm not even legal to drink yet, and I'm bummed that I didn't make $100,000 this year. That's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, that's one of the main things I did learn this year. So, kaboom. Yeah.
Kaboom.
But yeah, I mean, so you moved out to Washington.
Yeah. The house I bought was in Washington State, and it was definitely not the easiest thing I've done. Cause actually it came out of nowhere too. Cause in like the house, I was supposed to have the house like late November, around Thanksgiving, but then things just get delayed. That's just how like real estate is. It didn't end up. Yeah, the house didn't end up closing till January.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
took
And he went there in like November.
Yeah, I was there. No, I was there mid-December, and it didn't end up closing till like late January, which is crazy. But yeah, I guess a thing I learned is like you could have your own plans about how you would do things. Like I had a plan. I was like, boom, get into the house, get everything furnished, have it up by like, let's just say latest March, and we'll move on to the next house. Like that's how quick I was moving. But then look at it, it's July and it's still not done yet.
at least this happened with your first one.
Yeah. No, yeah. And if I had to go back and, tell you what I learned, I was like, yeah, just don't expect it to be done in like the time frame that you say. You should have money. You should, yeah, I mean, it goes without saying that you should have money for this. I didn't really have a lot of money for this. Yeah, and just get ready for a lot of adulting things. There's a lot of I had to go to a place to sign papers. Yeah, like all these adult things I had to do. And not that complaining that it, was hard. It was like, I don't want to be like a Gen Z or millennial. It's like, wow, life is hard. It's like,
Everybody goes through it.
everyone goes through it, and like when you do it once, it's like the easiest thing ever.
We're
It's like,
we're
that's
just
it.
the ones that are confident enough to talk about it.
Yeah, it's like
Not everybody is doing adulting things at our age. So
like when I went to go sign the closing documents, I was like, oh man, it's crazy. But literally I was doing is signing my initials and signing like, and then the lady would explain to me what was going on. But yeah, it was definitely a lot I learned. Went through a lot of and what made it even worse too is that in the span between late December to April this year, I had no job either. So I was literally living off of credit cards and whatever was left of my savings. So I was charging a hefty amount of my expenses on the card, which I'm still paying off to this day, and it's July. And I had a home mortgage and everything. So like there really,
life just wasn't going his way.
yeah, it really wasn't. And a lot of it just all piled up on each other, really.
Mosh pit, that's crazy.
Yeah, but eventually, I did get a job.
Everything worked out.
Everything worked out. Yeah, and slowly getting back to where I was in November of last year. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm super grateful to be where I am now.
Yeah.
I'm back to the tech job again. So, but it's all that to say, it's it wasn't easy, but we
Still a
learned
work
a
in
lot.
progress.
Yeah,
We'll be finished soon.
yeah, it will be finished soon. I'm only 23.
Yeah. 20. I'm only 20 years old. I honestly think I'm still a kid.
Yeah, no, sometimes I forget I'm 23, and I'm
Yes.
just like, oh, goodness gracious, man.
It's crazy. I feel like I'm running out of my 20s when I'm only 20.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, that's the thing. For a lot of guys too, it's like we don't really know what we're doing in our early 20s,
Yeah.
and it's not until like I want to say like mid to late 20s when we finally figure out like what we want to do. Like you thought you wanted to do UX.
Yeah.
You thought you wanted to do like what design, but then look at you now. You're just like,
I'm studying a whole different thing.
yeah,
now.
it's doing a totally different thing, and you know, you could from there you might not even do that.
Yeah. So I honestly think that people should try everything when they're young.
Yeah, just try things out. You know,
Until something's gonna work out. I promise you, something's gonna work out.
yeah,
Hasn't worked out for me yet, but I promise you it will.
yeah,
That's what I know.
you'll find it. You'll find the thing that you
Yeah.
like. You actually enjoy
Yeah.
doing.
But you being in Washington, how do you feel about the moving from Texas after what 5-6 years?
I'm glad to be out.
I'm glad to be out. Yeah.
I am very glad.
Yeah. Yeah, currently it is July right now in Texas, and it feels like Satan's just pooping on us or something. I don't know. It's so hot here that you would just go into your garage and you just sweat.
Yeah.
Like I'd be in there for like 10 seconds right after a shower too, and I'd piss me off because I'm like, damn, now I'm sweating after
Yeah.
I shower. Now I wash my face again, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
It is hot here.
real hot.
See, and that's the crazy thing. I left Texas mid-December and I didn't come back.
came back once,
I came back once.
and then you came back now.
Yeah.
I forget when
So
you came back though.
yeah. So I've been gone for most of the year.
Yeah.
So I haven't experienced the heat. But yeah, Washington's great. I love the scenery. It's summertime in Washington now, and it is just beautiful. We went to so many nice hikes. It's amazing. Follow me on freely dot explore on Instagram. You'll find where I've been.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, in about 2.5 weeks, I'm
Oh, yeah, and
also
you.
moving from Texas. Me and my family are relocating to Colorado Springs. We're also going to get into investing into some properties, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that'll be
But,
exciting.
But yeah, we're moving to Colorado Springs. Crazy scenery there. Sick. Also, yeah, follow freely.explore. You'll see where I will be too. So
Yeah, we kind of manage the page, both
Yeah,
of us.
so
So
it's
we
just
gotta
under
take
his
turns.
name and picture. That's the only problem. That's the only
Yeah,
problem.
yo, you make your own stuff too.
Yeah, I make my own stuff, but I do owe him a lot of debt. So I don't know. I just do it off the good of my heart, you know.
Yeah,
So,
you know the Japan trip wasn't free.
yeah, it wasn't free, and
Yeah.
yeah. Stay tuned for more trips though.
Yeah, stay tuned for our trips. But I guess wrapping this up, we have 5 months left in the year. What can you do differently to move towards or actually achieve those goals that we?
Just like what I said, you are where you are is because of you. So I'm just gonna work even harder. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the first half of this year, since I was doing NFTs, I laid back. I wasn't even doing much.
Yeah.
I was just every day I'd wake up, make some breakfast, some smoothie, open my laptop, and just sit there on Discord like a loser. I'm not saying like these people are losers. I was a loser because people that actually do that make money.
Yeah, and
I made money.
You
I just lost
neglected-
it.
you
Like I was
neglected your
making I
portfolio.
was still making money, but I lost it because that's the thing is like if I'm gonna do that all day, I better be making something. But I did make money, and I was able to pay out to some people.
Who invested with you.
Yeah, he invested with me. I gave him a good amount of money from that. A good amount of. I mean, it wasn't a crazy amount, but for the amount he gave me, just to invest, I gave him that ROI was nice.
Yeah, it was a nice
It
ROI.
was a nice ROI. Let's just tell you that it was a nice ROI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when you called me about it, I was like, oh.
And the crazy part was you didn't think I was gonna send you that much.
yeah.
I
No, yeah.
was just gonna have it with you. I thought that's what you would have wanted. I didn't think you just. If I knew that's what you weren't expecting, you would not have gotten half. But yeah, it was nice. It's fun though. I do think I'm gonna get back into it later on
Yeah,
when
it gets
crypto's all
better.
back. And right now it took a dump, but I mean, I'm not giving no advice saying it's gonna go back because I really don't know because I'm not a professional in the field. All I did was watch videos, learn how to do NFTs, learn how to trade and stuff. So crypto, that's not me. Don't ask me about a lot of those stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna work towards my goals this year. But at the same time, I did learn that don't let time pass you by. Also,
Yeah.
just because you're working towards your goals doesn't mean you can't
Oh yeah, yeah.
do what
That's.
you want.
I think that's for me. That's another one. Cause like as soon as I got my job, like literally it came heads down, not spending any money.
Yeah,
Like we're gonna go out to eat. Yep, sorry, not gonna eat there.
yeah,
It became. It's like, you need to take time to like
yeah,
actually enjoy.
yeah. No, my thing was like the first half of the year I didn't have as much money, but there people be inviting me places, right? I'd be like, if I could just sacrifice this money now, all the memories I could have made in this past night would have been worth it. Because I made these memories. If I just sat here in my house because I didn't have that much money and I wanted to save, I would never have had those fun memories that I've made with some of these people. So yeah, try to find that balance. And it's life. It just ain't that serious, to be honest.
Yeah,
It ain't as serious, but I mean, in the path that we're trying to go, we're trying to set ourselves up. But in the end goal, everything ain't that serious.
Yeah, it's
just not.
You gotta have some fun sometimes, cause like even when I didn't have a good paying job, we're going out with friends and like eating out and stuff. Like I could not afford it. I was like almost $10,000 in debt.
But now you look back and all those memories you wouldn't have made, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I look back on it happily. It's like, would I want to look back and like, man, I should have went on that trip, or man, I shouldn't have spent those $200. You know what I mean? Like the $200 or whatever money you spend will come back. Because everyone works. Yeah. Everyone has to work.
Money will always come back. Time just doesn't. It just don't come back.
It's
not even time. Time doesn't come back, obviously, but all those memories and stuff, that one night that you just didn't go out will never come back.
Yeah.
And all you would hear is just all the people talking about it, and you just learned, hey, I wasn't part of this, so.
Yeah. And then, all this to say, too, is, like, you also have to respect the balance, in all of that. If, like, a line I draw, it's like, if I spent $200 on, like, earlier in the week, and then, say, later on that week, they're like, oh, yeah, let's go here, and it's, like, another 200 I'm like, okay. I spent a lot of money, guys.
Yeah,
let's not.
Find your limit.
Yeah, find your limit, and just be smart about it. We're saying, like, live life to its fullest, but at the same time, we're trying to save money to set ourselves up for a good future. You have to be smart about it. Don't lean too far into either extreme.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're trying to get to, is that we don't have to worry about money to the point like we can just have fun like 90% of the time. We can just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you want to go to Bali?
So that's where we're trying to get to. That's why I'm saying that don't stress yourself out about money like that, because it just ain't that serious. But if you work hard enough, the harder you work, the more fun you can have, basically.
Yeah, it's like work now, play later. Like, if you want to, like, it just all comes down to, like, us, right? In what we're working towards is putting in the time and the work now, so that in the future, we can just sit back,
Yeah.
The work we put in now will give us 10 times more.
Yeah.
We're trying to have money work for us.
Yeah, basically. So that's kind of where we're at. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned, though. We're going to be going on trips. I promise you.
Yes. Pretty soon. I
promise you that. Just give us like either another half a year or less, or a little less or a little more, and we'll be back. I promise you. We'll be back.
We will be back.
We're going to be known as the travelers once again. Not no false people. All right? Hope people are listening. Because we are the travelers. Not no one else. We are.
We're like the only ones who can be travelers or something.
Just kidding. I want everybody to travel.
Yeah.
Everybody should experience it.
Yeah, come with us. I'm pretty sure we'll have openings.
Come with us. Yep.
I think for me, it's to just kind of focus on what I have now. Not necessarily move towards that 5 rental property goal, because as of now, it's going to be really difficult. But focus on what I have now, appreciate what I have now, and just go with it and make the most of what I have now, but also prepare for what I'm going to do in the future.
Yeah, I also want to put this in also. My goal is 100,000. I I was just looking at the end goal. I didn't have no steps.
Yeah, you had no plan.
I had no plan at all. See, right now I have steps. I know what I want to do. I know what path I need to take. So that's where I went wrong, and that's where I will revise my 2022 year. So that was my first draft. Wait for my final.
So you're gonna go into it with a plan then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good discussion about our goals and how we're going to basically try our best to achieve them.
Yeah.
What we learned from halfway through the year now. It's already July. It's crazy. Stay tuned for more episodes.
Yep, and stay tuned for following what we do.
Follow us on our socials.
Yep, where they're gonna link it, and yeah, we'll link it. Whatever.
Description.
Yeah. You guys better stay tuned because
Yeah,
our lives about to get pretty interesting.
Well, what's so great about doing this podcast is that we can look back.
Yeah, this is like I said, it's like a journal for us. That
yeah.
Just watch where we get to. I promise you guys, watch where we get to. Watch
these videos and then watch where we are, or watch where we are in a year, and then watch these videos. You're gonna be blown away.
But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for listening and watching. We'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Alrighty then.